Time for another Sit and Talk FAQ. This question comes from Vuoripieko. I don't know if I said that right. It does not matter. It means mountain troll in Finnish. And Vuoripieko asks, do you have any tips for making videos? How do you get the audience interested, and what parts do you find especially important to talk about when you talk about tactics, for example? Do you write a script for your videos, or do you go on a whim? Well, first off, in order to make a good quality video, there are a few things that you need. And it's this order of their importance. One is good audio. Yes, the audio is probably the most important thing for the video, because you can have spectacular video. You can have a $50 million camera. You can have spectacular lighting. But if your audio sucks, if it sounds like it's echoing, it loses a lot of its feel of professionality. Now, I know sometimes I make videos where I don't even use a microphone. I'll just talk to the camera like this, but that's usually just for impromptu videos that aren't really, they're not our battle reports or Tactica. It's more just like I'm doing a quick announcement or whatever, and so I just do it that way. And that's fine. But when you're talking about your main videos, you want to have good, strong audio. And that typically requires external microphones from the camera itself. The second thing is, no matter how good your camera is, if you don't have good lighting, the camera won't be able to function very well. Cameras really depend on really good lighting. They're not as good as our eyes. A human eye is a spectacular piece of equipment that is able to adapt to low light situations, high light situations, different colored light situations, and your brain's able to process it and it's fine. Camera doesn't have that advantage. Sensors are getting better. Even like a $300 HD camcorder, which is all you really need, by the way, just a cheap HD camcorder that you can get from whatever your nearest electronics store is. It'll have enough quality for what you need if you have really good lighting. Now the problem is a lot of people would want to record in their homes, and in your home you are going to have really bad lighting. Houses have horrible lighting for cameras because a house lighting is warm, it's orange, it's not super bright. For videos you need bright white light. So like not just office lighting, but even brighter. Like even in here, where I have like really good lighting, it's not even technically enough lighting for really good quality videos. And for my sit and talk, this is just, you know, I just sit down and do a vlog, so it's not a big deal. But when we're doing our battle reports, you should see the amount of lights that have been installed in the room in order to get enough lights. Now, if you're doing painting tutorials and stuff, that's a lot easier because you have a small little area that's controlled. You can have all sorts of lights. But when you're just doing battle reports, or things where you're moving around a lot, that's a little harder. So you're going to have to actually rig up lights in the room that you're doing. If you're doing things like Tactica or stuff where you're sitting in front of the camera, you have a lot more control. You could have a couple lights set up, shining on you, and make it a really nice looking video. So those are the main tips for making a good looking video and a good sounding video. Now, the big part of what's going to make the video interesting is, of course, your personality and what you're able to do in that. Do I write a script? Usually, no. But sometimes I do. Like my Shadows in the Warp series, I don't write a script, but I have a point form notation of everything I want to cover. But a lot of times, well, if you think about it, our battle reports obviously don't have a script. Our narrative campaigns have a story in place, but there's no script there, obviously, for battle reports. But for my, I guess the only ones where I have anything that resembles a script is our Shadows in the Warp. Now that's different for everybody. Like Dave, for example, he writes definitely much more of a script for a lot of his videos, not his battle reports, but like especially when he does things like 40K Rejects or whatever, when he does those short films. But even he kind of just goes just by whatever when he does things like his Life of a Wargamer, his Ask a Wargamer. He just prints off a bunch of questions and then he just answers those. So whatever. It's really your personality. Are you the kind of person who can sit in front of a camera and in one shot be able to just talk and make it interesting? If you are, then that's great. If you're somebody who has a harder time with that, then you might need to write a script, and then you'll have to kind of do it line by line and edit those together, like cut out the parts where you're looking down at the script or where you're pausing, and that way it makes the video more interesting. Now, the thing for making a good YouTube channel or interesting videos is that just basically you have to post content about stuff that you like and you have that stuff that you're passionate about, and then it'll slowly grow because people will see that you're interested, and then they should be interested in you, and then they'll tell their friends and share and all of that. There's a lot of other advice and tips I can give for marketing that, but it also is something that you should realize will take a very long time. So I'm not going to cover that in this video right here. It's more just the tips of making good videos. So cover content that's interesting to you. Make sure you at least have good audio and good lighting. Your camera does not have to be expensive. Up until a year ago, our cameras were $400 cameras. Now we have more expensive ones, but that's different. We're a professional studio doing this every day, 9 to 5, several employees doing it, so we have to make sure that we have that kind of equipment. If you're just a one-man show doing it just for fun, then and maybe eventually you want to do it for profit, which will be hard, by the way, because this market is very small for that. Just start with a simple camera, good audio, good lighting. Obviously, well-painted miniatures and good terrain don't hurt either. If you're playing with unpainted armies, it's gonna detract from it. And just I don't know. There's a lot of X factors too. There's certain things like we'll make videos that get popular, and we make one that's not, and we look at the two and we think, why? Why is this one more popular than this one? We really have no idea. And sometimes we have to just develop kind of an instinct, a gut feel for what'll be good and what's not. But a lot of times we just test. We make all sorts of videos. Certain ones get popular, and certain ones do not. So that's all I can really say. So hopefully these tips have helped you. FAQ done.